The ultimate guide to wild posting. You may have heard of wild posting, but do you really know what this form of advertising consists of? It includes pasting advertisements on buildings, bulletin boards, construction site plywood, and anywhere else beyond the ordinary out-of-home advertising venues like billboards. The effect is to draw greater attention than a single poster in a single location might. When your posters are deployed across the city in strategically placed groups, they make a greater impact. There are a lot of misconceptions about wild posting. Many people think it's illegal. Others don't consider it a real form of advertising. And some think it requires no strategy, just a helter-skelter random placement approach. We're here to tell you that none of that is true. Here's all the essential information you need to know about wild posting and why it can offer an exceptional return on investment, or ROI. Is wild posting illegal? Let's begin with a big question. Is it illegal to engage in wild posting? In a word,
no! No! No!
Trust us, no legitimate agency would suggest you do something illegal to advertise, no matter how awesome the ROI. If we think a client would get into trouble by posting in a certain location, we'll advise against it. That said, you should understand that there are really two types of wild posting, according to -2 Outdoor Strategy Manager Rodolfo Queiroz. He says, there are permitted postings which are okayed by the landlord and prearranged for the vendor to occupy for, say, a year. They've said they will run the campaigns with no problem. They won't get into trouble with the law or risk the posters being taken down. The other type of campaign is unpermitted, where landlords have not given prior permission for postings. Here he says, unpermitted campaigns are dog eat dog. You may be given a cease and desist, a cautionary notice saying to stop advertising. You have to be okay with getting the posters taken down. What's the real difference between the two? Money for one thing. Permitted space will, as you'd expect, be more expensive. Unpermitted will cost less. A good agency allows the client to make the call on whether to run a permitted or unpermitted campaign because, ultimately, the advertiser should be comfortable with where its message appears. Location matters too with wild posting, and sometimes finding the right location requires using an unpermitted campaign. In the Arts District of Los Angeles, for example, permitted space is limited, but since it's a highly desirable place to advertise, clients may want to risk the cease and desist. Queiroz notes that it's very uncommon for this to be sent. How is wild posting measured? Unlike most other forms of outdoor advertising, wild posting is not audited by the Outdoor Advertising Association of America. However, Queiroz says, most clients find it has a high ROI. It's noticeable, and it results in tangible action taken by people who see the posters, such as purchases. How many locations are used in a campaign? Queiroz says the typical campaign comprises 20 locations, but one that requires greater reach and frequency may include up to 30 locations. How many posters are put up? Again, this can vary depending on your campaign, but 250 minimum are printed for each campaign, and at least 2 posters are placed in each location, though some may have a lot more than that. How is wild posting targeted? Queiroz characterizes wild posting as more of an art than an exact science. A lot of targeting depends on the availability of location and space. While everyone would want to ideally be in West Hollywood, Venice, or Santa Monica, it's tough to please every request, he says. If vendors did so, there would be a shortage of inventory. Spreading it out is a way to try to have a little in each area while still having a presence in other areas. What ad categories perform best with wild posting? Production companies love taking over an entire barricade to advertise a new movie. Fashion and music are the other categories most associated with wild posting, and for good reason. The visual medium makes it a perfect vehicle for artistic campaigns. Plus, the underground, daring nature of wild posting, passers-by don't know that you got the space legally through a vendor, makes it seem a lot cooler than, say, a traditional ad in a magazine. What are the advantages of wild posting? Just a few of the benefits of employing wild posting include saving money. It's cheaper than many other forms of outdoor advertising. Bigger reach. More people will see wild postings than a single billboard. Viral potential. Gorgeously designed or creatively deployed campaigns can gain social media attention. Always on. These posters remain on display 24 hours a day after posting. How long does a campaign last? Wild posting generally has a 2-week campaign window. The postings get stale after that time and may become faded through exposure to weather and sunlight. The messages get less legible the longer you leave them up. Is wild posting for your company? Contact us to learn more about wild posting opportunities and what would work best for your needs.